Hey everyone, Chris here, and I just want to take a quick second to ask you all to please, if you haven't already, take our user survey, a listener survey that's in the show notes of this episode. It'll help us out in understanding who our audiences are, who's listening, where you guys are from, and also give you guys a chance to give us some feedback on the shows. We've already gotten some great feedback that we're hoping to implement and work on now, but this is your time to kind of communicate with us and give us feedback. So again, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. We don't keep any, it's totally anonymous. We don't keep any of our information, but it'll also help us understand the demographics of our shows, who's listening, help us reach out for sponsors, and hopefully allow us to do more live shows and do bigger and better things for the network. So again, please take the 5 to 10 minutes to fill out the survey. And if you have already, thank you guys very much. So now on to the show. Welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap. This is your host, Chris and Depom here, and we're back with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 18, All Roads Lead. The team must find a way to stop Ruby before the prophesized chain reaction that can destroy the Earth is put into motion. These assholes, yo. These assholes just love...
I don't know what to do anymore.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Like, I don't know why you guys are listening. I'm done predicting things. I'm just here for the ride. Like, I'm done. I'm out.
Like, this is... what I love about this show is, at this point, I have no idea what they're doing. And they know that, and so they're purposely giving us things to throw us off and to make us like, oh, yeah, I mean, shit, Ruby's got the power. She just crushed Strucker's head, which, by the way, was...
like a zit.
Oh man, it you know what was so bad about it? Because we were talking, like, I don't know if we actually went this way, but I was kind of feeling like Ruby was taking advantage of Strucker, and it really wasn't like a mutual thing. But this episode, you kind of see them, they're actually loving each other, and you're seeing that Ruby actually has somebody that she actually cared about, and then she crushed his head by accident as he was trying
very graphic scene for 9 o'clock television.
like I just thought, I didn't know they were actually, like, I thought she was just like doing something to him, but then like when his head kept like imploding on itself, I was like, oh my god. I watched it this morning going, what the fuck, yo? It's too early for this shit. I'm not prepared. I haven't had my morning coffee or tea or anything. Like, what the fuck? Holy shit, man.
It was bad.
Oh my god! And then again, we're jumping to the end because I think we got to start there. We'll work our way back, but like
we had to start there.
YoYo's a real one, but at the same time, I'm like, YoYo, what did you do? It's like I'm torn here because at one point I'm like,
YoYo, you're doing fine, honey.
Right. It's like, I mean, I can't be too upset that she slit Ruby's throat because
she's the one that took my arms, right? She's the one that took my arms because she's like, I saved the world. No, you got that bitch. Like, there's a difference. You may have thought you saved the world after the fact, but your intention was to get that bitch.
Listen here, guys.
And I'm okay with that, by the way.
The moment she said, is that who took my arms?
I was like, oh, you're very dead, Ruby.
It was at that moment I was like, and I think, and you know what the great thing about it is? I'm pretty sure Daisy realized it too, because Daisy was like, "Oh God, this is not a good idea."
She didn't answer. Daisy wasn't like, "Yeah, that's her."
Oh, this is not a good idea. And I'm like, "Yo, she's going to stab her, kill her, or something like that." And again, in a very graphic scene for between 9 and 10 p.m. on a Friday on ABC TV, I thought she took her head off.
So did I at first. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
I thought she decapitated her, yo.
Decapitated this bitch. And she did. I was like, okay.
But you know what? I think that might have been more graphic.
Oh, it was way more graphic because now you get to die in your mother's arms.
Die in your mother's arms slowly as you bleed out. And, yeah. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, that was way worse.
Yo, and you know what sucks about it is, you know, you saw Daisy trying to, and again, I'm Team Daisy normally.
What is about to happen here?
Hold on. Let me finish this. I have to say that I have to establish that I am Team Daisy. However, YoYo's a real one, and I don't necessarily blame her for what she did.
Oh no, I'm Team YoYo with this one. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm just saying. I had to let people know that I am still Team Daisy. I just, sometimes I gotta say somebody else is right. But I did appreciate Daisy recognizing, one, that Ruby is a product of her parents, her mother in particular, and that you have a young girl who's now been given this power and is scared of how to, like, Daisy saw herself in Ruby. Now, granted, Daisy wasn't as crazy and as far gone as I think Ruby was, but I can see why Daisy was trying to talk Ruby down, and I get it. And it's one of the things I think has been really interesting with this, what they've done with this season. And again, we don't know if we're getting another season or not. And I think they're gonna fix it either way. It's really gonna be interesting seeing that the team has been split. Like, the team has always been the team. Even with some of the betrayals here and there, they've always it's never been as bad as this, right? Never really been this bad. Like, even if we go with, like, when Daisy turned on the team with Hive, she was infected by Hive. There's always been kind of like a reason for it. This time, go ahead.
I was just saying, also, this is a lot of them happening at once.
Coming from different angles.
Exactly. Like, a lot of our betrayals have been, they're mad at one person or one person left. But this has been like episode, like Daisy mentions, like, I'll take away some points for the immediate mutiny.
I mean, think about it. When May gets Fitz and Simmons out of the room, she's kind of cold to them.
Yeah.
Because, like, fuck you. What were you guys thinking? What were you guys doing?
What are you guys thinking? Exactly.
And then Daisy is, like, basically livid with YoYo for what she did. And YoYo going, I saved the world. I'm like, I want to be like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because you haven't broken the cycle.
Right, exactly.
This is all going as it has been going. It is all going according to plan. This idea that somehow all you had to do was kill Ruby. No, why do you think that? Why do you think any of this is different? Why do you think anything? And we'll get into this later. But, like, the one time that anybody in the show has figured out that what they need to do, and they realize, like, we don't want to do that. Fitz Simmons, if we finish this is basically the end of the world. We have the choice here to make. We can either die or we can save the world. And they chose, nothing is worth giving up ourselves. Nothing is worth giving up our lives together.
Wrong answer.
Which is the wrong choice.
It's important we note that.
But and here's the thing, and I think we're now seeing that we have been given the answer. The answer is Coulson must die.
Yes.
That is the answer.
No, not even Coulson must die. You must not try to save him.
True. Which I think comes back also to, I think they're going to try to put Coulson in the machine.
Oh.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to try to put Coulson into the machine.
I was going to say, it couldn't be that. Yeah, they're that dumb.
Yeah, I think they're going to try. Like, to me, all signs point to that. And so, you now have all these multiple betrayals among the team. Shit, when it's gonna be real awkward when YoYo gets back talking to Mac. Like, that scene with Mac, Coulson, and Deke, which, by the way, we'll get into that later, but those are fucking hilarious. And Deke is like, well, you guys, what should I do? If I had to talk to, if I wanted to talk to a woman, not saying it's Daisy, but if I had to talk to somebody, what would you guys do? Like, Mac, you have a good thing going. It's like, yeah, last time I saw YoYo, she locked me up. And then Coulson's like, yeah, I'm also kind of in the doghouse for not being open with my feelings and not wanting to, accept people's help for me. So, you're kind of on your own. And so we do know he's going to have a bunch of lemons on Daisy's.
Even better is the fact that I see three guys talking about their feelings, and they cut back to Daisy and May. You all right? I got a frustrational workout. You want to talk about it? No.
I just want to punch something.
I'm like, this is amazing.
I'm glad you caught that, because it really is. This is why I love Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and to me, why Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. deserves so much more credit than some of these other shows out here. It's like, dude, that conversation is generally gender reversed.
Yeah.
Like you literally sent two women, not just two women, two Asian women in as the heavy hitters to save the team while the men stayed home to basically cook dinner. Yo, mama's going to work. This is amazing.
Will you please put oh my goodness. So good.
Yo, and if you think about it, that last scene is all women, right? It's Daisy, YoYo, Hale, and Ruby.
Well, actually, they crushed Strucker's.
Well, I mean, live women.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Strucker dead. Yeah, by that point, Strucker had been turned, had a really, he was like one of those, yeah, he's like one of the, you know what it reminded me of? I just saw this stupid ass fucking movie, Super Mario Brothers. One of the Goomba heads.
I gotta watch that shit, man. Like everyone's like, "Oh, D-Palm does so much for the network." I'm like, "Y'all know this shit I say no to."
Yeah, D-Palm.
I didn't say no to some shit.
D-Palm is not fully committed, guys.
No, I just love myself too much to subject myself to that film.
Yeah. You made the right choice. You made the right choice. Good decision. Yeah, but no. So that let's go back to the final scene where everything was with the gravitonium and stuff like that. You know, the gravitonium moving itself into the chamber.
Yeah,
not a good sign. And Fitz Simmons going, "Did you see that?" Which kind of leads to the idea that I don't want to say the gravitonium is alive, but we definitely know that Quinn and Hall are in it, and they're basically battling. Like I'm like, does that make the gravitonium itself like semi-sentient because it's basically
that's what I'm saying. It's a sentient metal,
yeah. And so when only 8% of it got into Ruby, she has a little these powers, but then she's also doing the thing that Creel was dealing with, where you're dealing with these two personalities in your head, so now it's three people, and you know you immediately see Ruby go from this badass killer Hydra chick that's been trained by Hydra to basically be almost grow up to be a mini female Captain America, if you will, or Daisy replacement, to basically being somebody who wants their mom. This scared little girl who her mom and then her idol and Daisy Johnson are trying to talk down, and seeing Daisy try to calm her down, and seeing Daisy basically going, "I'm not going to use my powers," and seeing Daisy basically not get aggressive with her, with all this stuff, like, man, that it was good. And then YoYo comes around the corner and goes, "That bitch," and it all goes to hell.
You know what? You're right. It was good to see Daisy try to talk her down and use her power. It was better to watch her get her throat cut, because this bitch, yes, she's a scared, powered little girl. She also crushed that dude's head. She held the Fitz Simmons against the wall.
Not on purpose. She didn't crush Strucker's head on purpose. Let's give her that.
I didn't say it was on purpose. She still did it.
You're right. Hey, look. Fuck Ruby. All right. Again, I'm Team YoYo on this one. Just saying. I just had to give some credit to Daisy, because I still got my Daisy Johnson, backpack. I'm still Team Daisy. Yeah, I just got the Daisy Johnson backpack. I'm on Team Daisy. I like the fact that going to the back to the beginning of the episode, Daisy basically doing what Phil wanted her to do and running the team.
Yeah.
Basically telling him, yeah, yo, you literally just got shot. Why are you out of bed? To Deke.
Yo, Deke's hilarious.
Are you wearing body spray? Yo, this shit is amazing.
Deke's my guy, man. I fucked with Deke, man. I'm sorry.
Yo,
I was like, he's annoying. Like, nah, man. Deke's that dude. We're good.
Yo, I'm all about. I'm just saying, if he gives her a bag of lemons, yo, Bruh.
Before we go, here.
What is this?
It's for you. Produce, motherfucker.
Yo, and
War.
Coulson and Mack ain't shit.
Yo, that's how you know that's your boy. We telling this lie? Fuck yeah, we telling this lie. All right, of course, yes. Lemon. Exactly.
Well, I guess it's the lemons then. Excuse me, lemons? Oh yeah, you guys don't put lemons on that's how you let people know you like them in our time. You put lemons. You guys don't do that anymore. It's like, no, we definitely do. Like,
of course we do. I'm surprised the tradition lasted that long.
I got to be honest, yo. The fact that with everything going on, you still get moments like that, like the Deke, Coulson, and Mack moments were just so good because he's like there's a lot of heavy shit going on in this episode. We haven't even gotten to the Talbot shit, but like,
oh man,
yeah, like, so you needed that moment, and this idea of like we ended last week with finding out that Deke was in love with Daisy, and so now you got Coulson and Mack kind of going back onto that, like when he was like. when Mac was like, "Come on, dude! Like, we know you like Daisy." He's like, "What? No, I don't like Daisy." And and Coulson's like, "That was convincing. I believe him." Just
yeah, I heard enough.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just this is good. Yeah, this is great. So I love that. But like you said, you have these three men talking about feelings and relationships and things like that. Whereas then you got the women basically going, "You all right? I just need to punch something." Well, okay. Well, let's go ahead and do that.
Find something to punch.
Yeah, let's find. No, let's right. We got to go back and talk. We talk about the awesomeness of Daisy, but let's remind you that May is the old OG because was Daisy handed her a gun and was like, I'm not gonna need that.
I'll get one if I need one.
Right. I'll take it over somebody's cold dead body if I need one.
Here's that, you psychopath. I'll get one if I need one. Huh? You think they rent them out? What the fuck are you talking about?
Will it be attached to a hand when you take it? Like
I said, I'd get one.
Yeah.
Ask these secondary questions.
Right. And then their breaching was pretty good, like putting May and Coulson into the chamber and then having the missile come down in front of them and then blow the hole. Like that was actually they still put the money on the show, and that was pretty awesome. And then we get the May and Daisy taking out Hale's men. And you remember that mom and daughter are pretty good fighters, even without their power, even without powers.
It's a family tradition.
I'm just saying, it is. Holy shit! Like again, and we haven't had we really haven't had May and Daisy fighting side by side in a while. So getting them together and seeing that scene, oh man, it felt like old times again. I fucking loved it. It was just perfect. Loved it. Again, when this show goes, don't know if it's this season or next or whenever it's going to happen, I'm going to miss this show because, again, two Asian women doing most of the heavy lifting when it comes to the fight scenes.
Right.
I mean, again, in the landscape we're in with, wanting diversity, inclusion, and things like that, I really feel like not enough is given to Asian as Shield for what they have done here. This is, if you think about it, this season. I mean, this is a season that has pretty significant, number of women just in lead roles and doing things, of different races. If you think about it, it's like outside on the team, only one of the women is white. Mm-hmm. Because you also have YoYo, who, by the way, also, and on top of being a real one for what she did to Ruby, YoYo tough as shit. She's still using her powers with her arm fucked up, and then when she found out that, because she took that one, she got all the way back to the Quinjet, which was not close. Remember, the Quinjet was not part close. She got all the way to the Quinjet. Took out the one robot that showed up, and then came all the way back. Was told that Daisy was back in the room with Ruby. It was like, Okay, I'm going back there too. You know, she basically did one of those. Again, it's generally roles that you see men have. It's the dude that's been the impossible white dude that's been shot up all the times and arms basically falling off, and they're going, "Hey, dude, we gotta get you to the hospital. I'll bleed when I'm dead." It's like, well, no, actually, you're, you know, it's like that scene in Predator. You're bleeding, man. You know, ain't got no time to bleed. It's like, well, I mean.
You clearly have found the time.
Yeah, right. You're well, do you have time to duck? Like, so it's like
an acceptable answer.
I mean, it was, you know, Jesse Ventura, and he had like a giant fucking minigun. So,
I'm just saying, like, if you take it outside of the context, like,
oh yeah,
we'll deal with the logic of your statement later. Let's handle this first.
I love shows that have ridiculous, not shows, movies that had those Impossible White Men movies that had ridiculous one-liners like that didn't make any sense. And you're just like, but it was still badass to say it though.
It really was. It really was.
I fucking love Predator. So got that. Let's see. Women, huh? God, Deke is so good.
He's the best.
Yeah, you know, when Phil wanted to talk to Melinda about their feeling, and she was just like, "We don't got time for that." Good talk, Phil.
I said what I said.
Right, I said what I said. Good talk, Phil. Good talk. Yes, okay. So good. Also, very beginning of the episode when Fitz convinced Ruby to let Gemma out, and they, you know, got together and kissed, and Ruby's like, you two are adorable. I ship it.
I was like, oh, nothing about that. No,
right. not too bad. All right. So let's talk. Also, I'm gonna wait for the Talbot thing. Creel going crazy too, and remember, Creel didn't actually. I guess
he took on the properties of the material he touched.
Yeah, so I guess that is part of like it. Like, I don't know how Creel get like how he'll deal with that, because you know he basically did the same thing. I'm assuming the machine did, you know, and the machine only did 8% with of the gravitonium. So, and that's like, I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to find a way to separate out Quinn and the other Quinn and Hall from the gravitonium or something like that. Then they're going to be like, well, we can still use it to save Phil. We can use the properties of gravitonium to save Phil, and that's what we're going to do. And all I can think of is that's just a bad idea.
Terrible idea.
It is a terrible idea. It's not going to work
at all.
Yeah. So, and again, going back to the whole time loop thing, they're doing the same things over again. The fact that Phil and Mac were hoping to work to set the Zephyr up so they could use the gravitonium to take off. It's like, you guys are going down the same path.
This is how it is.
You are literally not doing anything different at this point. You're not doing anything different. It's all going according to plan. Just, oh my God. Like, somebody realize it. Like, I get why they don't, because it's literally, we're running from fire to fire. But man, yo, this is just not, it's not good. And then that brings us to Talbot. Your compliance will be rewarded. They done made us give a fuck about Talbot.
Couldn't believe it last week. Still can't believe it, but it's true. I gave a fuck about Glenn Talbot.
I just, the fact that Robin even talked to him. You know, because she doesn't usually talk to anybody.
You're coming with me. I know.
You know, you're the general. Have you drawn me?
Bruh.
What was the one drawing he had with a bunch of people, and like maybe that's what they're doing with Phil? That is like, it was like the one drawing of a person, and it had different things, and I'm like, I don't know, like I got to go back now and watch some of these. And
I'm about to say, I got to rewatch that part again
to see the drawings that she's doing, because it's a lot. And I think the answers are in her drawing, but you only find out when it's too late. And so I thought Talbot was going to kill her mom because we know her mom dies. I thought Talbot was going to kill her mom. And I was going to be like, ugh.
No, it's got to, because Melinda's got to be nearby.
True. So
I forgot that was coming. Thank you for reminding me. Now I can brace myself for that too.
Yeah, I'm here to help. And then the actual the standoff with him when Phil's basically confronting him and telling him, and he's holding Talbot's holding Robin hostage. Man, that was intense.
Yeah,
that was intense. It was him going in and talking about something. I'm your friend. This is what they did to Creel. Remember how hard it was to break Creel's training. His compliance will be rewarded. Then when he got Talbot to, and now that I think about it, did we get them to go back to win? I mean, we didn't see. No, Max shot him. Okay, I was like, he pointed the gun at Coulson. I was like, wait a minute, did we ever get back to that point? Because I know at one point
Max shot him, and then they shared a glance like,
yeah,
I didn't know you were coming. Neither did I.
Right.
Did you plan to die?
Like that shit was, oh man, and I just feel so bad. Like when first when Talbot showed up and was talking to Robin's mom, was on something like, yeah, I have a son too, and you know I'm like, you see him struggling with all this stuff, and you're just like, man, they did a fucking number on Glenn Talbot, yo.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no, we got to complete the mission. She got to come with me, and I'm just like, there are people that want to meet you. So now it's like, who are the people? Was it just Hale, or did Hale tell the what is it, the it's not the consortium?
Yeah, I think it is
The consortium,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember. Did she tell them about Robin? Because you know, what's going, like, who was because if this is the mission, because again, when they activated Talbot last week, we were like, okay, they activated him to kind of, you know, infiltrate the group and maybe kill somebody or maybe do something like that. But his mission was to get the girl, was to get Robin. So now it's like, okay, that's different. So, because then it also brings up the idea of when did they make that decision? You know, because remember, Coulson didn't know that Robin was back in the base. So how did they know that Robin was there? How did they know to tell Talbot to get Robin?
Right.
So now the question then becomes like, what? Like I'm really that to me, the Talbot stuff was a lot. I think seems small, but I think it's way more important than we think. Because again, that's what this show does. A show gives you these big things to look at, and then you find out that, like, yeah, obviously killing Ruby was a bad mistake for YoYo because, you know, now Hale is definitely not on your side. She's now gone back.
Also, something happened when she died.
She did, yes. It released some kind of energy from the gravitonium. Like, what happened?
Like, part of me was like, before that happened, I was like, you can't kill her because you don't know what happens.
Did the gravitonium escape the body? Like, what like exactly what did happen with it? You know, did it go into Daisy? Like what actually happened?
Daisy's powers, like,
right? Because Daisy was in the room and was knocked out, and somehow Hale was able to get up and get all the way back to her base to use the machine to go contact the aliens and Corvusing them. So, like, I think that this show does a really good job of misdirection. So, and then nothing that is done by accident. So when I have a question, I know it's important to have that question. And now I'm very, very interested in seeing where they go with this stuff and how they deal with it. Because, oh boy. Like, it's, yeah. So, hold on. So, okay, we do have an email. Let's see. Check email. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I had this. There we go. Fantasia wrote in, I was rewatching the Infinity War trailer, and Thanos said the end is near and only half of humanity will be left. Now, I know the finale is in May, but it's called the end, and if they destroy the world, only half of humanity will be left. I don't think this will connect because of how far apart the movie and the finale is, but it was something I caught. Also, Jed Whedon is directing the finale, and the first and last episode he directed had Simmons stabbing Fitz. I don't trust him. Only, yeah, you know. It's going to be interesting seeing how they, because Infinity War comes out next week, so it will be interesting seeing how, if there is any kind of tie-in, or if they kind of do, like, the times are different. So, because remember, they did return back to the present, but that present doesn't necessarily mean that it lines up with the present of the movie universe now. So, right. I think that's how they're going to handle that. Only 4 episodes left. I'm not ready. I don't think any of us are. May and Daisy being badass ladies is everything, and so is the fight scene. So is that fight scene. Yeah, hey, basically what we were saying. The fight scene is great, and then also the fact that you just have them basically being on some, we're badasses. We're going to go in here and take this team, and we're leading the team. I love it. Daisy's compassion in this episode floored me. Her having faith in Ruby and empathizing with her, even knowing that she was responsible for YoYo's arms and putting Fitz Simmons in danger. Being able to recognize that her mother was mostly to blame for the way she turned out, and that just as a kid who is scared and wants to be good enough. That takes a whole hell of a lot of compassion to understand someone to that degree. I freaking love you, Daisy. It's partly that, but also I think the other thing, too, that Daisy realized was you have a scared old girl that just crushed the head of the boy she loved. It's, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what we talk about all the time when it's like, where I tell that bringing mutants into the MCU is harder than people think, because it's like people are like, you just have people that were secretly mutants. It's like mutant births are the between mutant births and the manifestation of mutant powers are usually not something you can hide, because they usually lead to some very memorable, sometimes destructive, sometimes even deadly moments. And so here you have a young girl who is having not just her own feelings and these new powers, but also has the minds of 2 arguing grown men in her head trying to take control of her body. So I think Daisy realized that going in hot probably wasn't going to work. And you could, she literally, you got to think about it. She crushed Strucker's head, then she pinned Fitz and Simmons to the wall. She has these powers that nobody knows how strong it is. Remember, this is only at 8%. So you don't know how strong she is, and the only thing you could do is try to calm her down, even if it was to ice her later on, and then try to figure it out. I don't necessarily think that Daisy was going to be on some, it'll be fine. You took the arms off my people's hands and of people on my team, and everything will be good and gravy. I think she would just if she's the destroyer of worlds, this could be how the world ends, So
let's play nice.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like I don't know if anybody saw it's like one of the it wasn't the last Planet of the Apes movie, but the one before that is when Koba gets the gun, and they didn't. He was pretending like he was just a dumb monkey, and he's getting the gun, and he grabs the gun, and people and the soldiers were like, "Oh, whoa! The monkey has a gun. Let's everybody calm down. He doesn't know how to use it." But he could start spraying everybody and kill everybody. So let's just walk on eggshells. I think it's one of those type of deals, yo. The baby's got a loaded gun. Let's carefully take it out of his hands. Obviously, there's a 100% chance Daisy comes back to the lighthouse and finds 20 lemons on her bed. Obviously. And it's lemons or roses, ladies. Lemons or roses. I'm just saying, you can make lemonade out of the lemons. You can do jack shit with rose petals. Point Deke. Point Deke. I'm just saying. Point Deke. I love Daisy in charge after getting Coulson back. She just seemed to fit right into the role. She's not just focused on one thing. I'm very upset one of the Invisible 3 didn't die or get gravely injured yet. Invincible 3. Yeah, there's not going
to. They took her arms. What are you talking? What do you want?
Well, I guess since she decided she was invincible. So I guess since then, she's right. Okay. Seriously, she before she lost her arm, she didn't think she was worried about it, but then now she thinks she's somehow indestructible. So they need to understand that that's wrong. So I agree that they are definitely going to destroy the world because they pretty much said it in this episode when Daisy was giving out orders in the lighthouse. She told Mac to do something that said something he said about going to the future, and she said not until we have to. And then who was, I think he said Corvus, but I think is that the name? That's not the name of the guy that is it. Corvus, yeah, it's Q. Corvus, you got me thinking about the Black Order. Next week's episode looks intense. Yeah, I think because they have to keep all options open. I mean, they're still the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know? And I think that they have to have plans. They have to keep making and doing, going along. They have to keep going along the same road they've been going on, just in case. Although I think what they need to realize is maybe don't. In order to change the future, maybe you stop going on the path that you're going. They think they have to do this in order to keep. They think they have to do this, and I'm like, well, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have to do this. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm really, really intrigued. I mean, next week you basically have the aliens show up. You know?
I mean, this show does not fuck around one bit.
It's just this is episode 18. All the other shows we've been reviewing, I think Flash and Arrow were both on 18 this week. Arrow was 19. I think Flash was 18 this week. We have the same number of episodes, yet I feel like I have watched 2 seasons already, 2 full seasons this season. I feel like I've watched 2 full seasons of shows with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. already.
Because it doesn't let up the ignition. It doesn't stop to explain things. It says hold on tight because here we go. Like it's a very much driven show, and I think that it benefits from that pacing.
Yeah, absolutely. And last thing I got to say, it's like Fitz and Simmons were on the right track. They said it out loud. They finally got somebody to say it out loud. It's like, well, if we just die, the future.
We could save everyone right now by dying. Let's not do that.
Whoa!
That's what I heard.
I mean, it's either us or the rest of the world. I choose us. I mean, it's selfish. I can't say that I would choose differently. So.
It is selfish. I'll give you that. It is selfish.
He's very, very selfish. So, there you guys have it, folks. You got anything else you want to say about this episode?
No. Great episode. This show is perfect.
Oh, it's so fucking amazing. I loved it. I love this show. Give us season 6. We deserve it. We do. I know the show does really, really well on DVR and the +7 numbers. Please, please, please bring us this show back. I fucking love it. We deserve it. We need more. We deserve more. So, yeah, there you guys have it. Announcements. Again, if you're listening to this, the mailbag is over for April. So, mailbag at mtrnetwork.net. We'll get those in next time. Make sure you please. I know we probably played something at the beginning of this episode about the listener survey. Please take it. It does help us. Gives us feedback. It'll be in the show notes. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. We do not get any of your information. We don't know what you say. We know we know what you say, but we don't know who said it. So please fill out the survey, and we'll be using that to hopefully improve the network. So please do that. And also, I didn't say this another one, but if you listen to our last Insanity Check, then you know what's kind of gone down with FanCon. This week, I'm scrambling to try to get some interviews with some people who were affected by FanCon to let them, promote some of their stuff. I have something with Eljoy. I recorded something with Eljoy yesterday. I know she was out some money because of the stuff she was doing. We have a couple other people that have emailed us in. I have a gentleman that I'm hopefully going to try to set up something this week with. I know some people, some black women have hit up the BW Business account. If you're a black woman affected by FanCon and want to talk about some of the stuff that you were trying to sell and trying to recoup some of that money, email us bwbusiness@mtrnetwork.net. I know LaToya is trying to get some interviews with some of these ladies who have emailed there. I know Shannon and the doctor have also been reaching out to some people. We're going to try to do the best as we can. try to get the word out to try to help you guys recoup some of the money, because I know it's a fucked up situation, and I know none of you guys deserve that shit, and so I'm gonna try to do the best I can to try to help as many people as I can, and do that. And I hope that the people that are listening here, if you can go and find some of those people, and buy some of their stuff that they were gonna sell, donate if you can, whatever you can to help them out. Please do that. And help. I know I've been talking to Phenom and some other people. We might try to do a little bar crawl, either Friday or Saturday, for people that are going to be around in town, who are coming in town for FanCon and had non-refundable tickets. So we might try to do some meetup or something like that in Baltimore. So just stay tuned as we get more information. I know the pop-up they put together their pop-up to help support people like that. So again, as I get more information, please just help support. So. That's all I got. And so until next time, we are out of here. Peace, guys.